Warning, the following maintenance and modifications were done by a complete idiot in his garage. This video is not made for mechanics. It's long. It explains to people who don't know how to work on cars how to not break their car while fixing it. Enjoy the long video. Also, here's my truck specs.
We got multiple faces in this video. Okay.
I'm just trying to position this so that way if a little bit of fuel does leak down, it'll go down in this drain pan, not on the
Yep.
on the deal here.
I might get on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll just crack this loose right here. 5/8. I thought I had it loose enough. Every time you think you got it loose enough by hand, just gotta go a little bit more. That one. And this one right up here.
So the fuel filter is underneath the driver's side seat. It's right next to your ABS brake control module, but we have that off for the previous video that came out about fixing your warning lights. When you pull this, there will be fuel in the system, so we recommend a drain pan. Give that just a little bit to drain. It will leak for some amount of time, so make sure you have a drain pan. If your truck's on jacks, then it's going to be tilted, and it will run down your frame.
And you just slide it forward out of that bracket, right like that.
Heck yeah. That's a new one?
Yep. And you always want to make sure you got it going the right way. So on the stock one, see, it's got an arrow showing the flow.
Yep.
Now
This new one doesn't look like it,
yeah,
though.
sometimes they don't, but you can always tell. So this one, the flow was like this. See how they're rounded in and then the squared in.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you just put it in the same way.
There's a chance that the plastic mount for your fuel filter might be a little bit rotted out from 24 years, but if this has been replaced before, you might not need to replace it. This one has not been replaced in 24 years. So we got the ACDelco Gold GF952 replacement fuel filter. It's from the same manufacturer as the original, but higher quality. He's just plugging in those two ends right there. I can grab it if you want.
Yeah, I'm just trying. Can you get that one started? Yep. Sometimes you gotta kind of finagle that tube a little bit. Yeah.
Started.
All right. And then what did I do with that 5/8? Oh, there it is.
It's hiding on you.
Yeah. These always want to be real careful too, and put them on. Sometimes what I'll do is when I think I got it threaded right, I'll go in reverse like you're loosening it,
Yep.
and you can feel it seat right. You know what I'm saying? Just it'll help you. That way, when you start to screw it in, you don't cross thread it. That's the thing is being real careful at the beginning. And so that's just a little tactic I used to do. Is just like once you put something in there, you kind of do it in reverse like you're loosening it, and if it doesn't, like when you start to screw it in and it doesn't feel right, just loosen it back out, and you'll feel it kind of seat right, and then it'll let you know. And then you don't have to worry about stripping those threads.
Yeah, I felt it pop a little bit into place whenever I started hand tightening it. Nice thing about the fuel filter is it's a very quick and very simple replacement.
Yeah. And pretty cheap. What was it, 13 bucks?
Yeah, this was like 13 bucks before shipping. We got this at Rock Auto. You don't have to get the exact same thing we got. You don't have to buy off Rock Auto. If you go to a local parts store, O'Reilly, AutoZone, something like that, and you give them the make and model and year of your vehicle, they will have a list of compatible stuff and what they have in stock, and that'll probably be just fine. I just figured I would go with OEM or OEM Plus quality, because why not? It's not too much of a price difference, so we went ahead and did that.
And it's good preventative maintenance.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Even if you don't necessarily, if your vehicle ain't really needing the fuel filter like has to right at the moment, I mean, changing a little early ain't gonna hurt a thing. In fact, you know what I mean? Like some people will wait too long and then that thing will be so plugged up, then the fuel pump is trying to suck fuel. You know what I'm saying? And it's burning the fuel pump out. So essentially, a $13 replacement could have saved you $500 or more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
honestly, that's probably the way my fuel sender is right now.
maybe those two nuts went on. That's it. That's the fuel pump. Or I mean, the fuel filter. I mean.
Yep.
And what I do as soon as you replace, when you put a new one on, before you start it, turn the key all the way, all on the accessory on, but just before cranking, and then off. Do that 4 or 5 times, and what that'll do is it'll turns that fuel pump on, and it sends fuel through, and so this will be full of fuel, so you're not cranking on it empty. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And,
I got you.
Yeah.
So just leaving it in accessory for a few seconds.
Yeah. Turn it all the way on just before cranking, and then turn it off, and then turn it on. Just do that, 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
And then it'll prime that fuel line with fuel.
And we'll run that on camera here in a sec, just for a little bit of context. But yep, fuel filter is very simple. He was saying that sometimes you'll have a flow marker on. Can y'all see this? Sometimes you have a flow marker on your replacement one. Your stock one would have had it, but sometimes your replacements don't have a flow arrow. In which case, one side will be rounded, the other will be flat. Something that differentiates them like that, and you'll just match it with how it was originally. If the one that you initially pulled out doesn't have an arrow, you might want to take a picture of it before you pull it, just in case. You're done.
5/8 wrench and you're good to go. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's 5/8, by the way.
Yeah. And if most of the time you can just get it with 5/8, but if you go to a shop, they'll mechanics, when they're present, they'll torque them suckers down so tight or need to. That's this nut is stationary on the fuel filter itself, and I believe that's 11/16. So you just get 11/16 and 5/8 if go separate ways.
Yep. Double wrench for double torque.
But usually just the 5/8 is all you need.
So it looks like we have a little bit of fuel leaking. That'll be fine.
You know what? I know exactly what it is.
What is it?
Okay. You see how you got this rubber O-ring?
Yep.
It's not on the front one. That O-ring is not on there.
You think it's on the old filter?
I mean, it possibly could be stuck in there. Take a look. So this rubber O-ring right here, which it needs replacing anyway because it's kind of a bit dry rotted and everything. But we put the fuel filter on there, and we can see a little bit of fuel leaking out, even though both the nuts were tightened. On this side, the O-ring is gone, so it's just deteriorated. So it needs to be new O-ring.
Alrighty. If you already have an O-ring kit, we'll figure out what size you need, but we'll go and grab that real quick.
There we go. There's that one. Alright, there's that one.
Your arm is going to smell great.
Yeah. It's Old Spice's new scent.
Yeah.
Called Man.
Yeah, I heard their next drop is called Diesel.
Yeah.
A Diesel Man.
Well, I gotta tell you, that's probably one of my favorite scents too. A lot of people complain about it. I smell a diesel truck in mine, I'm like, yeah. I love diesel.
Got that first new O-ring on, working on the second one. Using a little pick set to pull them over.
Trying to be careful not to
break it.
Yeah, not to stab it with the point.
If you do use a pick, don't puncture the O-ring.
There we go. Bam, bam.
Once again, this is a 5/8.
And it's the Gooderist size wrench.
this time we shouldn't need a pair of vice grips.
Yeah. Because we were tight enough earlier. We just had to re-examine.
So I'm going to stay down here, and he's going to get up there and turn that key to the accessory position a few times. Like earlier, we're going to prime the fuel system. Nothing yet.
I feel like Houston, we have liftoff. Yeah, it's amazing when, something requires an O-ring that if you just have the O-ring on there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's crazy is, at least as far as I know, it might have been that one was missing an O-ring.
Yeah, this one appeared
beforehand.
Yeah.
But, as far as I know, I wasn't having any kind of fuel issues.
Yeah.
And then whenever we broke the seal on that O-ring just kind of gave out. So keep that in mind. You might want to have what was that inner diameter? Quarter?
Quarter-inch inside diameter.
Might want to have some quarter-inch inside diameter O-rings on the standby, nitrile preferably, and just refresh those. Once again, preventative maintenance. You might as well. It'll prolong the life of your vehicle. This filter, at least. Oh yeah, we've got that saturated rag. All right, so fuel system primed, filter replaced. Doesn't look like we're leaking anything. Of course, we'll check this again with the vehicle running, where there's constant fuel pressure, and we'll check that in just a second.